In this video, I'll cover the process of taking a section view to generate a stair headroom detail. With an existing plan, I'll use the back clip cross-section camera and create a view within the stairwell. Once the section view is generated, I'm going to use the zoom tool and come in here and just create a zoom area. To generate the headroom information, I'm going to use a line tool and draw a line on the nosing of the stairs. I'm also going to use a line that I can then dimension to. With the line tool, step one, let's go ahead and click on the nosing of the stairs, and I'm just going to click. This will generate where I need to dimension to, and then I'm going to draw one more line that I can run my dimension from the platform down to the line, and I'm going to make sure that this is exactly 6'8". With the dimension tool, I'm going to come and use the end-to-end dimension tool. Let me make this a little bit larger so you can see my tools. I'm going to use the end-to-end dimension tool. I'm going to click on the line, pull it up until it snaps onto the platform. Let me zoom in just a little bit, and I'm going to click on that dimension and pull it down to the finish area of the ceiling. So at this point, I'm going to click on the line, move my cursor over the dimension, and I'm going to type in 80 inches or 6'8". Then I'm going to extend that line where it intersects into the nosing of the line on top of the stairs. At this intersection point is where I'm going to have the 80 inches of headroom. Temporarily, I'm going to draw a line that I can dimension to figure out how far I can bring this platform over and still meet this headroom. With the line tool, we'll come in here, draw a line, and then I'm going to use the tape measure tool. I'm going to click on the platform and I'm going to pull that over, and if I'm trying to maximize my space, you can see that I can pull that over just over 4 feet and still meet that headroom. Let me go back into the floor plan view. I'm going to click on this wall. If you have your temporary dimensions on, you can click on the railing wall, and in this case I'm going to take the dimension. I'm going to go minus 4 feet. That'll give me about a ½ inch buffer and still meet that headroom. Let's go back in and take a look at that section view, and you can see that I now meet the headroom. This line that we drew temporarily can be removed. Since it connected to the other line, to delete that segment, I am going to use one of the CAD tools that will disconnect that line. I'll press the delete key and then do a little bit of cleanup for the dimension. Let's just pull this over a little bit. I'm going to click on this line and I'm going to pull it back, and then any other information you want to make this cleaner, you can with the additional CAD editing tools. You can also use Cad Details. Let's open up the library. Using Chief Architect Premier, there is a library underneath the core catalog for stairs underneath Cad Details, and you can select any of these details and place these in your design. There is also a bonus catalog. If I minimize this, scroll down, and then there's a category for stairs, and you'll find these details. You can place these. Let's just slide over off to the side. You can unblock this and make any changes. The way that you can download these details, go up into your library and say get additional content online, and you can either use the search tool or you can come down to the category for CAD, and then there's a number of CAD items that you can download. In this case, I'm using this Cad Details and Blocks. This will work with Chief Architect Premier. In the floor plan view, a little bit of cleanup. I'll click on the stairwell text. I'll pull that down. You see the call out that was created, S1. This is actually the cross-section camera. You can click on this. You see the little move indicator where you can move this cut section. So if you didn't draw it quite where you needed to, you can adjust it. Also, by clicking on the open button, you can give this a name. So I'm just going to call this the stair section. And then in the plan display, if you want to change this, you see that it's an S1. You can rename that callout. There's also control over how you want the callout to look in your plan view. There's a number of settings that you can make changes in here. There is also the option at the top to display on all floors. If you uncheck this option, the floor the section was drawn on is where this callout will be displayed. To reopen the camera, just double click on it. It will reopen the camera. At this point, if you want to send it out to the layout sheet, you can open up the layout and go File, Send a Layout. In this example, you can see here's a completed layout with both the section view and the CAD detail for your stair headrooms.